The Netrix. Is it any good? Let's find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back again. This week we're going to be reviewing something slightly different. It's not a trick, it's not a prop, it's not anything like that. We're talking about The Netrix by Craig Petty. He's put up, you might have heard the buzz about it. We talked about it for a while. It's finally live, a new magic streaming service for magicians with not only tricks, but there's also business advice and a magic club mentoring depending on what program you get to. So there's quite a lot to it. So we're going to go through it. Similar enough structure to the normal review, but slightly different because again, it's not a magic trick or anything. So I've signed up for it a few days ago. I've had a look through it. So let's go through what you get if you sign up for the Netrix. You've signed up for the Netrix. What you get? Well, it really depends on what package you sign up for. So there's 3 packages. There's bronze, silver, and gold. So the silver package is the one that I signed up for myself. The bronze package is if you just want to learn the tricks. That's all you get. You go to that one, you get all the tricks. There's going to be new tricks added regularly. It's crazy schedule of stuff. So there's loads of already up there, but that's going to ever expand. Silver package, you get the virtual magic club and also all the business advice videos for that. And then the gold package is limited to 10 people, and that is a bit more exclusive, as you can imagine, and you get more one-on-one mentoring and all that sort of stuff as well, on top of everything else you get to really help you go into business. So it's about really what you're looking for. If you're just someone who wants to learn tricks, the bronze package is perfect. You want to get a bit of business advice, see how you can go get tips to get more gigs and that sort of stuff. If you're a professional looking to go professional, then the silver. And if you want something a bit more hands-on to really push yourself to take your career to that next level, there's the gold package. And the price for the silver is £14.99. The bronze is £14.99, silver is £29.99, and the gold, I believe, is £100 or £99.99. So those are the prices. So as I was saying, I signed up for the silver, so I have access to all the tricks and all the business videos, all there on my account. So when you get it, sign up, you get access to everything. Even for free now, you can create an account and look and see what's there. You can't watch any of the instructions, but you can kind of get an idea of the courses, and then you get to pay for the package and you get access to everything. So you can have a look at the site and see what that all feels like, but you get access to it on your phone. I have it bookmarked on my home screen now, so I can just pop in, pop out and look at everything. So basically, if you sign up for Netrix, what you get is access to Netrix. So now let's move on to the instructions. This is kind of different because usually I'm talking about the instructions of a prop or a gimmick, but I'm going to kind of talk overall about the instructions on the Netrix, what they're like. And as you can imagine, they're really good. This is something where some of the top names in Magic have all contributed tricks, and even the business advice. There's Craig and there's other people coming in there as well giving advice on a lot of that sort of stuff. And I really think the instructions are very clear. They're really well done. A lot of it's single camera of kind of like waist down, so you can see people's hands and a close-up mat as they perform it. Other people have shot it themselves differently, but there's some that are in the like Netrix studio type backdrop and everything, and Craig is there and they perform it on Craig and go through everything. I think the instructions are really nice. When you go in, there's an introduction, you get the setup, then you get a performance and then explanation. The only thing for me with the instructions is I'd like to see the performance moved, so it's like performance intro setup, because sometimes you've seen the setup before you watch the trick for the first time if you just go straight into watch the course. So I think that's something I'll get onto that more later on. But overall, the instructions are very clear. They're quite concise because there is a slight school. So if you're learning something and you need to learn a particular move, it's kind of go learn that in the slide school. So you can learn stuff really fast and very concise. And I really like it because, especially for someone who has a lot of experience in Magic, you know a lot of this stuff. So it's great when you just want to be like, okay, show me the points, because I know a lot of this stuff. So I watch the performance, I know everything. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything, so you can get you nice and concise rather than going on for a while on something that you might know already. So I think the instructions overall, from what I've gone through, I haven't watched everything as you can imagine, but from what I've gotten, the instructions are very clear, very concise, and give you all the information that you need to know for the Netrix. And then overall for the Netrix itself, if you sign up, you get an email with a video on instructions on how to use the Netrix itself, the website, how to navigate and all that sort of stuff as well, which I thought was very helpful. And those instructions, again, are very clear. It's not really too much to do when you're going through it. It's quite concise. If you know any sort of website, it works similarly. So it's quite easy to use. So the instructions for that as well are quite good. So the next question, I guess, is it difficult? So this is not doesn't really fit, I guess. But signing up for the Netrix isn't difficult. Navigating the website isn't difficult. The tricks on it vary. So there are some really good beginner tricks on there, and there are some more advanced things with like gimmick making or more advanced sleight of hand that you might need to practice as you're going. So it's kind of, you can tailor yourself as you're going through it. Look up the creators that you know that teach stuff that you might have learned before, which is really good. But even just starting at slight school, you can build yourself up to any level. So I think the difficulty of the stuff on Netrix varies, and you can vary your learning to match yourself, which I think is really good. Steve's questions is an interesting bit here. So we'll go through his questions. They're slightly different because, again, this isn't a prop or a trick. So the first question is, will I use it? And I definitely think I'm going to be using it. I'm going to be logging in, logging out, checking things out as I go. So it's definitely something that I have found myself, if I have a bit of time here, just jumping in and watching something quick, or if in an afternoon, maybe sitting down and just binging a good few things and learning something a bit more in depth. So I definitely will continue to use it. I can see myself using quite a bit, as I have been so far. The next thing is, am I happy with my purchase? I am happy so far. I've in the silver package, so it's about just under £30, so it's like 30 something euro. So I feel, if as long as I'm watching 2 videos a month, it's kind of working out quite good compared to what you'd be paying for downloads and that sort of thing online anyway. So I'm quite happy with the purchase so far. I might, depending on time, switch between them. So at the moment I'm on the silver package and there's some of the business stuff, but depending on my schedule and how much free time I have, and also budgetary concerns, might drop things down to maybe just the bronze package for a little bit and then go back to the silver package as I go. So I can see myself switching between it, but overall I'm quite happy with my purchase. The next one is, should I get one? So I think Steve would benefit from having it, in that he's always looking for new tricks, and it's like all of us get addicted to learning magic, and you like learning new things and pushing yourself. So it's definitely a good thing, and it kind of gets the creativity. So I definitely think it's something that Steve will use. And is there anything else like it out there? So that's an interesting question, because there are other magic subscriptions. I was part of the Christian Grace one. I've looked at the Magic Stream for a while, and then there's other ones out there as well. So there are things like it, but especially with some of them, it's different because of a lot of it has the business advice as well in there. So there are subscriptions you go to which are just business advice. There are ones you can go to which are just tricks. So I think this is really interesting that has both in there if you're in the silver package. So that's why I see it's quite different, and I like as well that lots of different creators coming in there and giving their ideas, people from like different areas, different backgrounds and all that sort of stuff. So there are similar things out there, but hopefully with consistency and stuff, that this one can be unique as it goes with the business advice and the virtual magic club and all that sort of stuff on the silver package. Well, that's where I see it as slightly different. The frequently asked question I've seen for this has been around the tiering of what's the best one to get. So there's always in marketing the Goldilocks pricing. So you have the 3 prices: one's too hot, too cold, and the perfect one. So it's kind of, the silver one is like the recommended package. You get all the tricks, you get the business, and it's at a reasonable price for like £30, which is about what you spend maybe for about 1 trick a month. It's kind of that in that price range. The £15 one then is like the basic package, and up then is the premier one that's limited to 10 people. So that's where people have been seeing it, like, is it worth going up to the silver package? For me, I think if you are looking for someone, so the question really is, should I upgrade to the silver package? And for me, it all depends on what you want. If you're a hobbyist who just loves to learn magic, then you don't need the silver package. But if you are someone who is a magician and you want to get more gigs, or you're trying to become a professional magician, I do think there's a benefit of having the silver package and learning from it. So it's nearly double the price. So you just want to look at that and see, is it worth it for you, is the only way you can say, to have the business advice on top of it as well. So I think that's the real thing, because a lot of the business advice is there and it's great, but you have to go and do it is the thing as well. Like, there's ways of getting more wedding gigs, there's ways of making sure that your business card's amazing. So these are all the things that you can be learning, but it's fine watching them, but you have to go implement them. So if you don't think you're going to actually implement them, it's not worth it. But if you think that you're ready and you're in the position and the mindset that you want to go make that change, I think the silver package is definitely worth it. So that's the frequently asked question that I've been seeing, so I hope that helps. When it comes to is there anything I don't like about the Netrix, it's kind of a mixed bag for me with things I don't like. There's some certain things that I like quite a lot with the content. I think it's all really good. There's a thing I touched on earlier where like a nitpicky thing of the order of the learning so that the performance is first before the intro and the setup, because I found that a bit distracting. There's a couple of things on the website itself where having like categories be able to make them collapsible on mobile and things like that. But there is an area when you're a member where you can make suggestions for changes and improvements to the site, and they have been worked on. And you can see things have been implemented or people have asked for. So I think that's really cool. So hopefully that will continue, and you can bring in the whole things that people want to make the site better. There's certain things. I've a background in web development and user experience visualization, that side of things. So there are little things that I notice that are little bugbears for me, but 99.99999% of people will never notice them. So that's fine, because most people are going to be more interested in the content on this. And for me, the content, the videos have worked fine. I can play them, I can skip them. It remembers how far through a course I got where you're learning something. So that's all really good, really helpful. That's all worked fine for me. So I've had no issues there for it. But the things I don't like really are just more things for me that might bother me as someone with experience in this area of web design and visualization that 99.99% of people aren't going to notice and be okay with. So they're the only real things for me that I didn't like. So now let's move on to my rating. For those of you who've watched one of my reviews before, you know I don't give a percentage or a score. My rating is about whether I'll use this. So this is something I'm going to use. As I said previously, it is something I'm going to be switching between packages. I might drop down to bronze for a while, drop back up to silver, depending on how I'm feeling and what I really want to learn for a while. So at the moment, coming out of COVID, I think the business stuff is really good, so really useful. But once I start getting back into the flow of things and the business and everything picks back up, I might drop back down to just the tricks because I won't have time to be implementing stuff like that as well. So I think it's kind of based on my time, I will be switching between them, but it is something for me that I will use. And from the tricks point of view, there are tricks that I've learned within the first few days of being on this, especially Pickpocket by Chris Congreve and almost Card at Almost Any Number by Chris Congreve as well, are two tricks that I'm going to be performing pretty much immediately. Love them right away. They're definitely tricks that are going into my repertoire right away. So I will be using the tricks of them. They're going into my workers. So that's my rating. I will use the Netrix, and the tricks from it are going straight into my working repertoire. So the Netrix, there are my thoughts on it. Have you signed up? If you have, comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you haven't, if you have any other questions, comment below. I'll try and answer them as honestly as I can, so you know whether you want it. If you've enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe, give it a share. Really appreciate it. The channel has been getting more subscribers lately, so if you can subscribe, that would really help us. I really appreciate all we can do. We just had a video this week as well of an interview with David Regal on the podcast, so make sure you check that out. Some amazing motivational stuff there as well from David, all about why he likes to perform and the state of magic, that how it is at the moment. So definitely check that out, and make sure you tune in again next time for more magic reviews, podcasts, and advice. See you then.